Story 1. Before Reddit was a thing, I would register with tech support message boards when I needed some technical help with my computer or other things. However, I would make my username super feminine like Stacy Babe or Heather. When I asked the question, it would never fail that I would get a flood of replies from helpful guys who thought they could hook up with me. Story 2. Buying 2 train tickets when going somewhere, one non-refundable and one fully refundable next to each other. Cancel the fully refundable ticket 2 minutes before departure, always leaving you with an empty seat. Story 3. My wife and I just got back from our honeymoon. We let places know everywhere we went and received all kinds of special deals and extras. Hotels upgraded us to nicer rooms at no additional cost. Nobody once fact-checked us. It makes us want to lie about this on future vacations. Story 4. Use the Property Tax Administrator website for your local government to look up the names of people who live near you and find out what they do for a living or other information by searching their names online. I worked in fundraising for an extended period of time. If someone is coming to ask you for money, chances are they did this too to find out how much your house is worth as an indication of wealth and giving capacity. Story 5. Credit reporting agencies are not staffed enough to handle all of the error reports they receive from people. They, by law, have to either investigate it or remove the item from your report. You can have items removed by repeatedly reporting them as errors until they end up in the remove it stack. I have not needed this, but I will use it if I ever do. Story 6. Extended warranties. They aren't always worth it, but many of those extended warranties on electronics and office chairs and items will give you back the full, undepreciated value of what you bought if anything goes wrong with it, usually as store credit. That usually only applies to lower value items that aren't worth repairing, and that's where those warranties shine. Mark on your calendar a month or 2 before the warranty ends. Then find something wrong with it that requires using that warranty. I don't think I've ever had to actually lie. For example, my now 2-year-old office chair loses an inch or 2 of height a day from the gas cylinder leaking. Guess what? That's covered under warranty. Full replacement value back. And they don't care about taking the defective chair away either. Just be sure you read the terms of what the warranty does and doesn't cover. Story 7. If I am driving long distances alone, and I need breakfast, coffee, or to use the restroom, I stop at a hotel off the highway. Holiday Inn, Fairfield Inn, and similar places usually have free breakfast and coffee and clean, empty bathrooms. I just walk in as if I am a guest, grab what I need, and then walk out and hit the road. Story 8. From where I am from, senior citizens are given discounts when buying food in restaurants or groceries. Luckily, they also allow it on some fast food chain mobile applications, so I just registered the senior citizen identification of my father, and I get a discount every time I order food with no questions asked. Story 9. Used skip tracing to figure out the address and name of the person who stole my identity. I was indicted for the felony crime he committed against me beforehand. It took me 48 hours all because of a small flaw in the way he stole my mail, and skip tracing worked like a charm. Sadly, since perjury was used to indict me, he walks free. I harass the criminal and his wife on a regular basis. Story 10. If you take your kids to Disney World, get them a first visit or birthday button, whether it's true or not. It's mostly minor things, but my daughter got quite a few freebies when we took her for her birthday. Story 11. When my local grocery store has a really good sale with a one-time buy limit and is connected to a loyalty card, I will go through self-checkout and use the DoorDash code to get the deal. Story 12. Register fake birthdays to get free gifts. Create accounts in stores or restaurants with fake birth dates to receive special promotions or discounts offered on birthdays. Story 13. You can usually get away with things just by asking confidently, as if the request you are making is obviously normal. You will still get a lot of no's, but a huge percentage of people simply do not know how to react when asked for something directly and as though you actually expect to get it. Discounts, passage into places you should not be allowed to go, free stuff. The key is you have to ask with complete confidence. You cannot give any indication whatsoever that there is any chance they will say no. This works better if you are attractive and a woman, but contrary to what some will tell you, neither is required. Just positive, confident, direct. Story 14. Using the phone number in popular songs like Kiss Me Through the Phone or 8675309, use your area code, will usually work at most retail stores and sometimes have values attached to them. Story 15. If I want to save money on internet costs, I call the company and say, "Hi, there was a hard inquiry on my credit which lowered my score, and it came from your company. I'm upset about it, and I'd like an explanation, please." They panic and offer me a lower rate for a year. Story 16. Go to Chipotle or a similar establishment and tell them you are catering a large party. They will give you a lot of food at a discounted price. You can then freeze it, and now you have cheap meal prep for the next 2 weeks. Story 17. When I was in college, I would call up pizza places and order a large pizza with a few toppings about an hour before they closed and order for pickup. I would routinely come in about 5 minutes before closing and ask if there was anything someone did not pick up that I could buy from them. I usually got them for about $5. Sometimes there were others that I would get, but this way I was guaranteed to get at least one I wanted. Story 18. When there are 2 lanes on a roundabout and everybody is sitting in traffic only in the straight ahead or turn off immediately lane, I just go in the completely free lane, do a full lap of the roundabout, and skip ahead. Totally legal and safe driving, but it just feels a bit icky skipping the queue. Story 19. Fake reviews and pretending to be a student to get student discounts. I attended university 10 years ago, and all my documents from university, I just changed the dates with Photoshop. Story 20. You can always just try lying and see how far that can get you. Can't tell you the number of times a little white lie has opened career or personal opportunities, as long as you are not hurting anyone. Story 21. I buy the protection plan for low quality but nice looking outdoor furniture knowing that it will almost certainly break within 1 to 2 years, and I can get replacements for free or get my money back repeatedly. Story 22. Ask for extra condiments at the pickup window. Say you forgot to order extra and then hold out a credit card to pay for it. You get it for free because it is a pain for the employee to let you pay for it. Story 23. I work contract to contract and sometimes get offered more than one opportunity for a day. I work on 8-hour minimum day rates, and if I know a job will only be about an hour or so, then I'll take another easy job for the day and get paid for 16 hours to work 2 hours. Story 24. Yo, using incognito mode to snag free trials again is a total hack. Just clear those cookies and you're golden. It's like a cheat code for free stuff. Story 25. Never pay for parking. Go to the gate, press the button for help, and tell them you forgot your wallet. It's not worth their time for you to find a way to pay while you hold up the line to exit. More often than not, they'll just open the gate without saying a word. Story 26. You can complain about something that didn't even warrant it for a free meal or gift card. 99% of the call centers are in a third world country, so they will just give you a refund without looking into it. Story 27. So this doesn't teeter the line as it's pretty unethical, but when I was younger, I installed a switch on the landlord's washer and dryer in the back, of course, that ran to the mechanism that counts quarters. When quarters are pushed in the slot, a bar is actuated to some other metal, which completes a circuit and gives you a wash credit. I just reach behind the unit and push the button to briefly complete that circuit, and behold, free laundry. The coin mechanism still worked, so quarters were still flowing in from other units to keep any suspicions at bay. Story 28. Ordering company lunch through my Chipotle account using the company card to reap the points. Typically order 10 to 15 meals. Free lunch whenever I'm hungover on the weekends. Story 29. Go to a buffet 10 minutes before they change the food and cost from lunch to dinner. The food quality goes up. The new food is fresh and hasn't been sitting out for hours, and you pay the lower cost. A guy who works for me taught us this trick. We aren't really a buffet-type family in terms of what we eat, but if I take the work crew out or have a group of people visiting from out of town and I'm going to pay for their dinner, the buffet trip is fun. Story 30. If you have your own cup, ice water is free in nearly every convenience store everywhere. Many stores explicitly allow you to fill your own cup with ice water for free, and in the others, the staff is generally too busy or does not get paid enough to care. This also works in hotels for just the ice and fast food restaurants, but many restaurants are getting rid of self-serve drink dispensers. Story 31. It no longer works, but maybe 15 years ago, it was possible to earn a stupendous amount of air miles and not spend much money. You would get the airline's credit card and then use it to purchase money, then use the money to pay the credit card but keep all the air miles. The best was buying currency from the United States Mint. You would only pay shipping and a small processing fee, but it was worth it. People did this for hundreds of thousands of air miles until the airlines wised up and limited what vendors you could earn miles on. The United States Mint was not allowed after that. Story 32. Sometimes when two fruits are different prices but essentially the same fruit, I will use self-checkout and enter the number code of the cheaper fruit. So Gala apples versus red delicious or green versus red grapes. Story 33. If you are a kid and do not want any more of your vegetables, and your parents tell you to eat a bit more, wait until they are not looking, and then spread the vegetables around your plate. It looks like you have eaten some. Story 34. Parking in the online pickup only parking spaces at stores when there are multiple ones open, which seems to be always these days. That type of designation is legally unenforceable and mostly goes unused in the post-COVID era. The same applies to the veterans parking only spaces at Lowe's. It's really more of an honor system request. Just use them, bro. Story 35. Not mine, but family members. Buying and using appliances such as toasters, microwaves, and mini fridges from Costco and returning them for a full refund within a year. Story 36. If you want fresh French fries at a fast food place, ask for them without salt. Request salt packets after they hand you the bag at the drive-thru, and you're golden. Story 37. If you ever need to fill up a cooler with ice, especially a large one, just stop at a hotel. Most basic hotels, such as Holiday Inns and Hampton Inns, all have ice machines, and as long as you don't look homeless, no one will question you. I often take a cooler full of drinks to work, and when I leave for the day, I'll just stop by a hotel on the way to a friend's. Obviously, avoid fancy hotels or ones that restrict access to the elevator. Most hotels have ice on the first floor, but sometimes you might need to go up one floor. I usually park on the side, head in the front, find the ice machine, and leave out the side door. I don't even consider this unethical, as they are never running out of ice. Story 38. Bought $1,500 worth of IKEA furniture to furnish an apartment for a one-year lease. Kept it all in perfect condition and returned it easily within their 365-day policy. Story 39. Purposely show up to jury duty 30 minutes late. In my area, they give jurors a number based on when they showed up. They call jurors by number. So if you're 26 out of a jury pool of 27, you are unlikely to get seated for jury.